I'm Darryl Palmer, voice of the Cougars. I'm here with Northwest Rankin High School archery coach Lori Nail. Coach, first off, archery. A lot of people, including me a year or so ago, didn't even realize archery was in the high schools. Tell me about how you got involved first in coaching archery here at Northwest Rankin.
One of our coaches had a daughter who went to a Girl Scout camp, and she came back and was very excited about starting an archery program. We checked with Department of Wildlife, Fisheries, and Parks, and they had a fantastic program called Archery in Mississippi Schools, the AIMS program, and we went through that training program and started our team last year.
So why you? I mean, have you got a background with a bow? Do you bow hunt? Should you go out and
I'm not so much a bow hunter, but I do enjoy archery. I enjoy shooting at home with my family. Okay. My husband, my daughter, and I participate in 3D archery tournaments, so we do that. So
pretty impressive with that then. All right, talk to me about the team, how you get it started, how do you get kids involved? I mean, is it all, I mean, my first response when I heard about archery was, well, they're going to get all the bow hunters to come get on the archery team, and that's how we're going to do this.
That would be the ideal situation, but we shoot Matthews Genesis bows. Every student shoots the same kind of bow, so those fancy hunting bows are kind of off limits for this sport. We met with some people, got some resources together, did some fundraising, put some feelers out just to see how many students we would have interested, and we ended up taking about 30 students to state competition last year.
Wow.
So going to state finals our first year was pretty impressive for us. Our students shot incredibly well. I think we ended up with maybe 3 students who had previous archery experience. Right now the interest level is looking really good for this year. We have currently about 40 students who've submitted applications, and we're a spring sport, so we are going to have some paring down to do, I think.
How many will you take on the archery team? You've got, say, 40 applications. How many do you bring that down to?
They want us to keep our numbers around 24, but they do allow us to take multiple teams, so we could take multiple teams and have more students involved that way.
Practice, things like that. Tell me, I mean, you know, like football, you got on a football field. Archery, you obviously have to have some place that's safe and things like that. So where do you practice? What do you do for facilities for that?
We're fortunate enough to be able to practice in the Vine Street cafeteria. It's an enclosed area. Archery is an indoor sport, target archery. So we're able to go in there, and we have our designations, and our students shoot inside, very controlled environment. Of course, we can't have students coming in and out or anything like that. So we're very, very controlled, very organized, and it works really well for us to have that facility.
I've never tried bow hunting. I'm a hunter. I've always used a rifle or a shotgun. Man, I've got good friends. I've got relatives that bow hunt a lot, and I've always told them I don't know that I could hit the broadside of a barn with a bow and arrow. How do you teach a kid? Say somebody comes out and they're really not experienced, but they really want to get involved in something, they choose archery. What do you do to teach the kids how to shoot a bow?
We have an 11-step program that the archery clinic, we learned at the archery clinic, is a way to teach students who had no previous experience. And so we walk them through that process, and it's very detailed, very simple, and we go through with, it's called a string bow, it's a makeshift bow, to teach them fundamentals, and from that point we allow them to pick up a bow, go out on the range, and shoot those first couple rounds much closer than they would in competition, but that builds their confidence, and then we back them up and get them ready for competition from that point.
Do you find that this is a sport that's, I mean, obviously it's new in the high schools, new here at Northwest Rankin. You said this is the second year for the archery program here at Northwest. Do you see this as a sport, obviously with the participation you're talking about, it may be growing, but something that's going to really catch on and become a larger sport and a more well-known sport in high schools?
Absolutely. Our Flowwood Elementary program placed third at state finals last year, so they're a fantastic team. So we've got them feeding to us. Northwest Elementary is starting a team this year. Northwest Middle is starting a team this year. So it's going to become a really good feeder program for us here at the high school. And
again, it takes obviously some physical ability to shoot a bow. It's not just, not just anybody can go do it, but at the same time, it doesn't require some of the physical attributes that, say, basketball or football would require. So I guess this would be something could be open to more students that would be able to do that.
It is, and that's one of the appealing things about archery is it's open to more students, and it kind of fills the niche that other sports miss.
And extracurricular activities, you can't stress the importance enough.
Absolutely.
In the high school kid.
Absolutely. Those are so important.
Coach Nail, thanks so much for spending some time with us.
All right,
and good luck in archery this year.
Thank you so much.
That's Northwest Rankin High School archery coach Lori Nail.